Hi, everybody. So one of the lessons we'll be completing this week is lesson 5. Lessons 1 through 4 explored volume as packing, and today we're going to explore volume as filling. And so that's our lesson objective. We're going to switch gears. So in the first few lessons, we learned that in order to find the volume of this structure, we could pack it with centimeter cubes. So Zern worked with these little cubes. So that's one way to find the volume. Pack it with centimeter cubes, count how many there are. So here is this structure, and this structure has been packed with those centimeter cubes. Now, I don't have enough cubes to pack the entire structure, which is why I only have one layer packed, but we could definitely keep going, and we could pack this entire second layer with cubes. We're gonna do what we can though with what we have. So I'm going to turn this over so we can look to see. So this first layer has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 across the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 going up. So this first layer has 63 cubes. And if I were to complete a second layer, pack it with a second layer, then I would have 63 times 2. So 63 times 2 is 126 centimeters cubed. That's how many cubes it would take to pack this structure and to find our volume of 126 centimeters cubed. Another way to find the volume of a structure like this is to measure its side length. So we would be able to do some multiplication. So if I were to measure this, I'm going to measure its length first. So that's about 9.5. And then if I measure the width, and again, I'm doing this all in centimeters. The width is about 7. And then if I'm going to measure the height is about 2. So looking at it this way, 9.5 times 7 times 2, I'm going to make this a little bit easier for me to figure out the volume this way. So 9.5 times 2, I know that 9 times 2 is 18, and 0.5 times 2 is 1. So this is actually going to end up being, I'm going to rewrite it, 9.5 times 2. I want to do that first, times 7. So this is going to be 19 times 7. Now if I find that, 7 times 9 is 63. Carry my 6. 7 times 6 is 13. So this shows me that my volume of this structure is actually 133 centimeters cubed. Now, if I'm going to think about what the volume actually is, this answer here is probably more accurate, because if we look at our structure, we can see that these sides of the plastic, they're a little bit thick. So we're including that in our measurement here. Okay, so that's why there's a difference between packing with cubes and measuring the sides, because we're measuring kind of this thickness too. This is accounting for some of our measurement, okay, of this plastic. You can see that here's the cube inside, but I also still have, you know, a width of plastic here and a width of plastic here. So the idea is we know 2 different ways to find volume. We can pack it with cubes. We can measure length, width, and height, and then find our volume that way. But what I want us to think about today is using, again, this structure, is I want us to think about volume as filling. If we were to fill it with water, let's say. So part of our learning is understanding, and this is what we're going to make sure is true, that 1 centimeter cubed is equal to 1 milliliter. So that's what we're going to prove using our structure. So I'm going to fill it. I'm going to take some things I had around my house, a medicine cup, a dose cup. And I need to see if I can fill this with 133 centimeters cubed. So I have some water off to the side, which you can't see, but I'm checking. So there's 30 milliliters, 60 milliliters, 90 milliliters, 120 milliliters. Now, I'm going to switch gears now. I'm going to use another kind of dosing spoon. And this was 120. So I'm going to see if I can fit the 126. So now I need trying to get it as close to 5 milliliters as I can. Oh, actually, the way this is. Okay, so this would be 126 milliliters of water, and you can't see it, but I still have some room. So I'm actually going to add another 7 milliliters because I'm at 126 and I need to get to 133. So that's a difference of 7. So I'm going to do 7 more milliliters to see if we can fill in with this 133. We're seeing which answer is more accurate. Trying to get as close. There we go. Okay, so I'm adding in the additional 7 milliliters, and that took it right up there to the top. So I was able to fill my container, which when I packed it, it had a volume of 126 centimeters cubed. Again, when I measured it, it was 133 centimeters cubed, and that's accounting for kind of this thickness of the plastic. So we're going to take this measurement here, and we can see that we were able to fill 133 milliliters of water. So that's what you're going to be working with in lesson 5, is this understanding that packing with cubes, 1 centimeter cubed, is the same as, it is equal to 1 milliliter of liquid. And so as you go through some of your lessons this week, that's going to be an understanding that we need to have. That 1 centimeter cubed is the same as 1 milliliter. So I hope this video helped. Make sure when the assignment gets posted that you start on those Zearn lessons. If you haven't gotten to lesson 5 yet, you want to keep working on those beginning lessons so that way you can complete this week's lesson. I will post additional videos this week with maybe some problem set work just to ensure that we are understanding these concepts. Happy learning. Okay, and I'll see you soon. Thanks.